Legends are not made overnight. They're built through hard work, passion, and an unyielding dedication to their craft. Tadej Pogačar embodies all of these qualities and more, making him one of the most awe-inspiring athletes of our time. With 7 stage wins already under his belt in 2023, Tadej has established himself as a force to be reckoned with in the cycling world. Tadej's journey began at an early age, and it was clear that he was quite good. In 2016, he came third in the European Championships for juniors, a race where many talents are born. The following year, Tadej turned professional at the age of 18 and rode mostly continental races, coming third in the Tour of Hungary as his best result. His first big breakthrough came in 2018 when Tadej Pogačar managed to win the Tour de l'Avenir, a small Tour de France for riders under the age of 23. This race has produced many cycling greats, such as Egan Bernal, Nairo Quintana and Greg LeMond. Tadej now joined an exclusive list of winners who went on to become legends.
And also Tour de l'Avenir 2018. I wanted to say how great race this was when I was racing. I did only one time, but it was a really nice experience. Viva la Tour de l'Avenir.
For 2019, Tadej Pogačar signed a long-term contract with UAE, and they wanted to keep him for as long as possible. His initial contract was for 3 years with an unreported salary, but estimated to be in the millions. In the same year, Pogačar participated in his first Grand Tour, the Vuelta a España. Many riders just want to finish their first Grand Tour, but for Tadej, he had bigger ambitions. He wanted to race for the win, and his performance was simply remarkable.
The future of world cycling has arrived. When he won in Andorra, it was Pogačar the star. He now wins at Plataforma de Gredos, and it is Pogačar the superstar.
He finished third in the general classification behind Roglic and Valverde with 3 stage wins, making a big statement in the cycling world. There are moments in sport that you'll remember for the rest of your life, and this is one of them. Set the Guardian on the incredible moment that saw Tadej Pogačar win the Tour de France 2020. 2020 was a strange year. A pandemic made all major races of the year be pushed to later in the year. This meant the Tour de France was in September. This may have suited Tadej Pogačar as he enjoyed racing at that time of the year, as his Vuelta a España result the previous year showed. The 2020 Tour de France was a battle of the ages, with Tadej Pogačar, Primož Roglic and Egan Bernal all vying for the coveted yellow jersey. However, Bernal's unfortunate exit from the race due to loss of form left Pogačar and Roglic to duke it out in the final week. While Pogačar looked strong throughout the race, he faced an uphill battle going into the last time trial, with Roglic holding a commanding lead of 57 seconds in the general classification. Many believe that Roglic had the win in the bag, but Pogačar had other plans. With unwavering focus and determination, he pushed himself to the limit and began placing first in the time checks, raising hopes amongst fans that he could overtake Roglic. Pogačar rode up the final hill faster than anyone thought possible.
24 seconds is what Primož Roglic has in his hand right now. It's turned red.
It's turned red for the first time. Tadej Pogačar is up on Primož Roglic.
This is incredible. The last time this happened was in 1989 between Laurent Fignon and Greg LeMond. Pogačar is producing one of the time trials of all time.
And took the GC on the last day. It's a big disappointment. I gave it all, but in the end, he was just better, said Roglic on Pogačar's performance. It was a devastating moment for Roglic, but complete disbelief for Pogačar as he didn't even believe it himself. Additionally, Pogačar became the first rider in Tour de France history to win the yellow jersey, the white jersey and the polka dot jersey in the same year. This was the one single moment that put Tadej Pogačar into the Cycling Hall of Fame, becoming the youngest Tour de France winner. If you're enjoying this video, please do consider subscribing. It helps us out a lot. Now back to Pogačar. In 2021, it was clear that Pogačar was not slowing down. He started his spring with GC wins at the UAE Tour and Tirreno Adriatico, showcasing his remarkable ability to beat riders in all terrains and do it so solo. He did show some signs of being human during the Tour of the Basque Country, coming in third, but quickly bounced back at the Tour of Slovenia, winning it easily. The Tour de France was around the corner, and Pogacar and Roglic were two of the favourites. Since Roglic had won against him in the Basque Country, many thought that this could be his year. And during the first stage of the Tour, which was a hilly uphill finish, Roglic beat Pogacar in a close finish. On stage 5 there was a time trial, which was the first true test and the first time there would be major gaps in the GC. Pogacar was in a much better spot than Roglic, and due to Roglic being caught in a crash on stage 3, it was time to show that last year wasn't a fluke. Roglic was a bit off the time of the leading rider Stefan Kung, while Pogacar started to demolish his time. It was incredible disappointment for Kung, as he for sure thought he would win. It was another show of Pogacar's insane talent, being able to win a flat time trial, something that not a lot of riders have the ability to do, especially not at the age of 22. Roglic had to abandon due to his crash earlier in the race.
Was he playing down his injuries?
Yeah, I think so, because every time when he came into the bus, you saw him suffering a lot, and it was not nice to see a big champion like that entering the bus after the stage. And also yesterday in the start, you saw Primoz was dropped in the group, and I thought he was maybe taking it a bit easy, but he told me afterwards that he was really dropped and not feeling great, and all day suffering a lot.
And now, it was an easy win in the making for Pogacar. He won 2 more stages, both in the Pyrenees, and won the Tour with over 5 minutes to domestique but turned into leader Jonas Vingegaard.
Tadej Pogacar, the tornado from Slovenia, sets himself up for double stage wins, back-to-back wins in the Tour de France. He's conquered the mountains. He's conquered the Tour de France. Here he goes. Tadej Pogacar, they're sprinting back at him. Has he got enough time? Vingegaard is there. Tornado Tadej wins at Luzardiden.
In addition to winning the Tour de France, for the second consecutive year, Pogacar was also awarded Slovenian Sportsman of the Year for the second time in a row, and he finished off his incredible season with a monument win, winning Il Lombardia. In 2022, Tadej Pogacar had a strong start to the season, winning the UAE Tour, Tirreno Adriatico and the Tour of Slovenia. He also performed well in the early stages of the Tour de France, winning stages 6 and 7 and donning the yellow jersey. However, on stage 11, Pogacar struggled